Okay, this is a very important talk. It's on how to understand your personal demon. Now, I've been blessed with wisdom. We won't go into how I got that wisdom because in the scripture it was stolen by Eve from the tree of wisdom. But anyway, so we have that wisdom, and the Almighty saw that we had stolen it. He knew that we would steal it, so he created different places away from the garden that we can live in. So when he chased away Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden, he already knew that they would steal from the tree of wisdom and he would have to cast them out. So he prepared a place for them to live. That's the first story that we talk about and hear about in scripture. Anyway, let me not distract from the conversation. How to deal with your personal demon. Your personal demon, there are other Asiatics that went into the definition of what your personal demon is. There are Arabs that call it the jinn. You're born with 2 jinn and 2 angels, but I won't go into that because I'm on a Christian path. But culture is a different thing. Culture in religion, in my religion, Christianity, culture is in iconography. Iconography are the symbols and sigils that we use in our religion. These symbols and sigils, iconography, must be separate from the religion. Iconography is the culture. I'm not saying you should get rid of it, but you must separate it from religion. So when you have icons, do not confuse that with the Almighty. Anyway, I'm trying to deviate from the initial talk, which is the personal demon that you have. In my experience, my personal demon is a very powerful one. He goes back, I don't know how far. When I try to think of how far, that becomes cultural, so I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to discuss my cultural affiliation. So, the personal demons that we have, if you want to know about them, you appeal to your culture. Remove all the bullshit in your culture and listen to the elders that know who you are, what you are. If you're a white man, there's people who know what that is. Those people you find in your culture, they will be the best one to advise you on what your demon is. Your demon is you. It's you. But it's, and this is where it gets difficult. It's you, but not the you think is you. I've seen my demon only once. I was working somewhere on a night shift and I was doing my own thing. Then I saw a reflection in the door. I was working at reception and it looked like me, but his eyes were made of white light. And I knew it wasn't me, but it was me. Yeah. So your personal demon is the one that's responsible for most of your mental health problems, or what blue pill people will call mental health problems. Your demon is you, and how you deal with him, you must be in control. I've had my demon doing all kinds of things to me. He knows I have a fear of spiders. So what he'd like to do who like to wake me up in the middle of the night, and where I look, there'll be a spider there. Obviously, I'll get shook and I'll get up and kill the spider. Some of these spiders are not really the traditional or ordinary spiders. But your demon likes to do things like that. So when you find yourself with an extravagant demon, you must learn to talk to him like you're talking to yourself. But remember, that one you don't exorcise. They are Catholics that do exorcism, but sometimes exorcisms end in death when they're trying to exorcise that demon that is you. There are other demons which are not you, those ones you exorcise straight and you don't not tolerate. But when it's you, you must talk to yourself. Remember, you, the you that is the observed you, the emerged you, the you that you emerge from statistical analysis. That one is very easily played with. Yeah? It's easy to play with. It's even easy for you. But it's you. So, when you're dealing with yourself, it must be a private conversation. What you let out in public must be your findings on how best to deal with yourself. So to help others deal with themselves. So when you're dealing with yourself, you go freestyle. You don't prepare a script, because he's there as you're preparing it and he knows what you're trying to project. So it's not gonna work. You go freestyle, and in your mind you note down what works. What works is what you use, and you reinforce that and you use what works. When I did that, I had a dream. In that dream, I was flying, where I was, I don't know, some kind of angel or something. I don't know what it was, but I knew it was me, but I was observing me. So I knew I was observing someone, but that was me. But he was flying. So when I woke up as him, I forgot how to fly, but there were other things he was doing as he was flying that stayed with me. These are the things that I use when I meditate. When I use these things during a demonic attack, they work. So those are the things that work, and I reinforce those. That's what my meditation is about. You have to fight with your demon for overall control of your mind. Your demon is you, so he wants what's best for you. Because you're him. But he doesn't really know the modern world like we do. So sometimes he thinks, anyway, you've got to have a conversation with him and set him straight on how the modern world is. And once you've done that, you have overall control over your demon. The other day, I catch my demon created a butterfly. He was creating these spiders, and I talked to him. I said, listen, them things spook me, them things scare me. Please stop doing that. Yeah, as I'm talking to myself, but I'm aware I'm talking to myself as a next human being. I said, please stop doing that. Those things scare me. So he stopped doing that. Then he created. One time I was shuffling cards, and I said, the 8 of hearts is gonna come up, and I picked it up, and he made it come up, and I said, anyway, so you talk to your demon, and because he's the one who has the power, he got more knowledge than we do. He could be an angel, or you know, he's some freaky shit, the freaky part of you. I don't know if he objects to me calling him a demon, but sometimes he acts that way. But sometimes he acts like an angel that's saving you from shit. I don't know that much. So you talk to him, yeah, and you reason with him, and you tell him, stop showing me certain things that are spooking me out. Stop doing that. It's spooking me out. Yeah? And those of you who are having apparitions, they should help. In Christian culture, they have exorcisms if you're struggling with your apparitions. And but before you do that, I will check your cultural position. But if you're embroiled in Christian culture, then I suppose you can consider doing it that way. But remember, if it's you, that's a personal journey you need to have with yourself. You need to fix you. You need to get overall control. Remember, the system is a counterfeit one. There is the underlying system that we're all part of. We're all channeled. Your body channels you from the underlying system. Whether they call it cosmic microwave background, it's a system that operates like that. But then there's a counterfeit system, which is the system we have man-made. All around me, the electric signals. If I got a router, I can channel those. So it's all around us, the same way that the natural system is. The natural system is all around us as well. And you can channel into it, just like you can channel into a TV station, into the man-made system that we know about. But the other system we don't really know about. Okay? Yeah, so what you are comes with another part. The relationship that you have with your demon must be one where you're dominating that. But don't buy into what the system is doing on that. Because you know for a fact that as I'm alive right now, 18th of November 2019, I know of Christ. I know the good news. If Christ came, then his consciousness was also attached to this entity. But his entity is the Most High. Now, that's somebody who has the wisdom to make the 8 of hearts appear first time. Now, when we study it scientifically, for you to get the coincidences that would have created Christ, you'd have to have been attempting to do it from zero until the end of time, until eternity. So we know that if Christ happened, those attempts must have been made. So this is a saved world. We know that this world lived to eternity, because we know that Christ came. And the only way he could have come is through a series of coincidences that could have only have happened if we were trying for eternity. So we know that this world made it to eternity. If you open your eyes and nobody ever knew of Christ, then you're not so sure. That's the good news. That's what it means to me. So when it comes to dealing with your personal demon, don't let him show you things which freak you out. Try to get a level of control where you decide, yeah, what you want to see and what you don't want to see. But remember, that's a part of you that's got powers. And remember, this is the catch-22. Everybody that competes with you will be using their demons or other demons at that. Because that's the way life is. Yeah. So I said to myself, if everyone's going to be using their shit on me, why should I get rid of my shit? As long as I have overall control, I'm not going to use my shit. But he has a need to defend me because he is me. It's kind of a friend of an enemy of a friend is a friend, but it's not really a friend. Deal with yourself culturally first before you exercise yourself, because you can't kill yourself. If you kill a demon that is you, you kill yourself. And that's why some exorcisms go wrong and the patient dies. When it's that demon that's troubling your life, yeah, you have to learn how to cope with him. If you're a woman, her. Alright? Because there's two types of woman, and the woman has both of them, but we only have one. You have the woman that comes from your mother and the woman that comes from your grandmother through your father. Yeah? Those are two types of woman. In the Bible it says Adam had two wives, but one wife, but if you read further, he had another one before that. That was Lily. So there is two women. Okay? But the one, when you're a man, you have XY. The X in you, when you form that, that's the feminine side of you, but it's not the same as the other X that come from woman straight, that's passed on via mitochondria. This X only gets passed on in the other parts of the cell, ribosome and them one day. Yeah. But the mitochondria only passes on the other female, the Eve. This one stays on the outside, and you only pass it on to your daughter, but it's from anyway. But anyway, so when you deal with yourself and you have a female spirit, the female aspect of you is the one that's attracted to the spirit. You must deal with your feminine side, but you know it's masculine, because it never gets passed on in the mitochondria. That one is like a ghost female. Yeah. That's the one that's responsible for wet dream and them thing there. Yeah. Let me not ramble on, but basically when you deal with your personal demon, check yourself culturally, check yourself psychologically, yeah, and learn to cope. They can never cure it. Psychologists will never cure it. When you're cured, that's when you learn to not act out, but you're never cured. Yeah. All you got to do is get the overall dominance, but never take to believing what the system's telling you, because they have chosen a path that is not in line with what the Almighty wants for us if we're to live for eternity.